What's going on, guys? Aendam here, and I wanted to go over Alpha 11 update that the pimps released the other day. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna leave a link for it in the description. We can go and read everything. But basically, they're just saying that that they're gonna try for the end of February, and this is the things they want to get in. Some of them might not make it depending on bugs and everything else, but this is what they want. So here's what they're talking about. Oh, excuse me. New gun system. So the new gun system is going to consist of parts, good parts, and they're going to have 7 qualities of parts, ranging from broken, damaged, poor, average, great, flawless, and legendary. Once the player collects enough parts to assemble a working gun, the sum of the average quality of the parts determine the quality of the gun. The parts themselves, attributes like damage, accuracy, generation, rate, scope, level, knockback, strength, fall-off range, will all depend on what quality you get. This will allow for hundreds of thousands of guns. Later, the system will also be used for armor, tools, melee weapons as well. So they're getting rid of kind of the old system. So we're gonna see how it works. But it looks pretty fun. The new hand and FPS hands and animations. So they have some new high-res person making male and female hands. This will be integrating those, which will look awesome. New weapons. They're hoping to add new weapons in Alpha 11. We're hoping to see blunderbuss and a new handmade bow. Now, they showed us a picture of the blunderbuss a couple months ago, and we were expecting an Alpha 10, and it ended up not coming. So we'll see what comes through. First person camera control system they're gonna implement. It's gonna look like kind of like Daisy. Gonna be like third person and third person. I'm sorry, it's not third person. So we're working on integrating a new first person spring fit system with simulated gravity, mouse smoothness, and acceleration. People on the forums were really complaining about the mouse smoothness and the acceleration. They didn't want that. They just want a plain regular mouse. So that's one thing. Wellness, they're trying to kind of balance wellness. Now it's kind of hard. It's like once you get up in wellness, you're fine. Like you can get up wellness, and once you're up in wellness, you can just keep gaining and gaining and gaining. But once you're low wellness at like 30 or something, it's really hard to come back up. And I think that's what they're trying to balance. Leveling and loot level. Leveled loot. We're enhancing our current player leveling system and improving the criteria, adding leveled loot lists to the game so higher level players can get better drops. This is needed to work with our new gun, armor, tool, and weapon quantity system. I don't know how I feel about this. I like the new leveling system. However, adding better loot for higher level players, I mean, I guess that's understandable, but at the same time, I wonder how it's gonna make it for players who aren't as high, you know what I mean? When you're starting off and say you're just having a bad start, you know, that'll really kind of screw things up. New random gen, mixing XML, that's going to help for a lot of modding, a lot of servers, so users can set up their own world, including section of the world, size, biome, height intensity, prefabs per biome, prefab chance to spawn, and more. They're adding more usability enhancement. We're adding a new window like right click, function menu, in the player's backpack, belts, or containers. The player simply needs to right click on an item, and a pop-up menu displaying will list items of related actions, which include take, craft, equip, use, drink, eat, read, examine. That's kind of cool. So basically, when you click on something, you right click it and you can eat it. So that, I wonder if that'll make it so you don't have to keep it in your hand to eat stuff. Examine, scrap, compare. That's actually really cool. They're integrating the new Steam networking code, and we'll gain performance, stability, and more reliable net punch through. That's good. Stability is always good. Server browse enhancement. That's awesome. Now that's the main stuff it permits to see those feature. That's the main stuff that's going to come in Alpha 11. these features below may not make it. Probably not. New armor system. Inspired by our gun, we're working on armor, which, same thing. Poor, average, great, flawless, legendary. So your armor pieces, when you pick up an armor piece, it'll be based off of those 3, like, levels. And once you make it, it'll be based off those, and we'll take the average. So if you have 1 legendary and 1 poor, you'll probably get, like, a great, or an average piece of armor. So it's gonna be just like the guns, new gun system they're adding, but with armor. And hopefully the armor will actually work. Drivable mini bike. Players must gain mechanical knowledge through books and skills and find the parts to craft and assemble a chassis, brakes, a throttle, cable, small engine, gas tank, and more. There's been a lot of mixed feelings on this from the forums from what I've seen. Some people like it, some people don't. We were kind of hoping to see like actual bikes, like physical bikes, before I was gonna see mini bikes, but it's still fine. I think it's gonna be really rare, but I think it may be a little overpowered, depending on how fast you go with it. Because once you find it, you can pretty much go anywhere. I mean, you're talking, instead of having a 2-day trip to the hub city, I could have like a 1-day trip, you know, because I just drive everywhere so fast, you can be able to explore more, and, all that good stuff. So, I don't know, we'll see. New localizationized system. We're integrating a new spreadsheet-based localization system, allowing much easier multi-language support for in-game items such as crafting, dialogue tips, in-game, blah blah. Awesome. Improving our random generator world to allow vertical cutting as well as tunnels and more robust town code. That's gonna be cool. So it's basically gonna be random generated worlds are gonna be more, like more fancy, more interesting, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully they do that. So these 4 things down here are maybes. They're really gonna strive for this stuff. The new gun system, adding a couple new weapons, wellness improvement, doing the new loot thing, and overall, it's gonna be a pretty solid update when it comes out. It also obviously depends on how the testing goes with it and all that stuff. But, I mean, it's looking really good. It's looking like it's going to be a good update. We still have another month, 2 months, about a month and a half. And, I'm really excited for it. I hope you guys are too. So, I just can't wait. And if you look in general discussions, I'm going to basically cover some of these threads that I look at a lot. Which is... Where is it? On the backwards. So, like, when you come here, and this is going to be a lot of, they're discussing a lot of the updates, and I really recommend if you guys don't come here to come here, and it's basically, they're talking about how they feel about the updates. So these guys he's unsure, what he means about the loot drops, simply put, domestic loot bait, blah, blah. So he's worried about it, and it goes on and on. People basically discuss stuff. I come to the forums a lot to just read, and there's really a lot of, good information you get from the forums. So if you're not on the forums, I'd recommend you come. So they're just talking about Alpha 11, and they've added 3 new programmers, and people are just talking generally. Here's one of the guys that says, I'm not looking forward to the mouse smoothness and acceleration. That's kind of what I was talking about. And it just goes on and on. So I want to show you guys the forums. I mean, if you guys don't go to it, you may not see it, but there's a lot of discussions on the forums. I come here quite often just to look around, see what other people think. On like Alpha 11 and all that good stuff, but I'll leave a description for this in below, like I said in the beginning of the video. It also has the winners of the Christmas screenshot, so congrats to you guys. And then has a couple other winners, so it's a pretty good update overall. We're just kind of waiting for it to come out, and I'm really excited. And I did one of these for Alpha 10, and you guys seem to like it. I mean, well, a lot of people did. I got a lot of views on it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. How do you guys feel about Alpha 11? How do you guys think these new changes will affect the game? How you like the drivable mini bike? That's going to be a hot topic. A bunch of these are going to actually be hot topics. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.